The smell of roasting turkey filled my parents' suburban home as our annual Thanksgiving ritual began, my family gathering to judge my life choices. "So, Emily," my brother Mark smirked from his place at the dinner table, straightening his investment banker tie, "still playing around with your little online shop?" I took a sip of wine, thinking about the notification I'd received that morning. The one I hadn't shared yet. "The website's doing well actually," I replied. "Eco Essentials just passed 2 million active customers." Customers? My sister-in-law Jessica laughed, adjusting her designer watch. "You mean people who buy bamboo toothbrushes and reusable paper towels? That's not a real business." Mom emerged from the kitchen carrying her prized turkey. "Honey, we're just worried. Mark manages a billion-dollar portfolio. Your sister Rachel is a corporate lawyer. And you're selling things online." "Speaking of real jobs," Rachel chimed in, "my firm is handling that massive Amazon acquisition. Some eco-friendly products company. Could probably get you an interview there if you're ready to get serious." My phone buzzed quietly, a message from my CFO. "Final paperwork cleared. Amazon transfer complete. Press embargo lifts in 30 minutes." I smiled thinking about the past 3 years. While my family mocked my little online shop, I'd built Eco Essentials into the largest sustainable household products company in North America. Our proprietary bamboo processing technology had revolutionized eco-friendly consumer goods, and our direct-to-consumer model had changed how people bought everyday items. Most importantly, we'd caught the attention of certain tech giants looking to expand their green initiatives. "Remember when you tried to get us all to invest?" Mark continued. "What was it, 50,000 each for 10%? Thank God we didn't waste our money." Dad nodded sagely from behind his newspaper. "Sometimes you need to learn the hard way that business is better left to professionals." "Those bamboo whatever they are probably don't even sell," Jessica added. "I mean, who actually buys that stuff?" My phone buzzed again. CNBC interview confirmed for tomorrow morning. Forbes cover story ready to go. "Actually," I started, but Rachel cut me off. "Did you hear about Mark's promotion? Managing director at Goldman now. That's what happens when you follow a proper career path." Mom beamed at Mark while placing the turkey on the table. "We're so proud. A real business success story." "Speaking of success stories," I said quietly, checking my phone's clock. "You mentioned Amazon acquisitions, Rachel?" "Yes, some big environmental products company. Very hush-hush. Probably their biggest acquisition this quarter." "Why?" Before I could answer, my phone rang. The caller ID displayed, "Amazon Corporate Development." The room fell silent as I answered on speaker. "Ms. Walker," the crisp voice filled the dining room, "I'm calling to confirm that your company's acquisition by Amazon is complete. The wire transfer of $4.2 billion has been processed. Congratulations." The turkey slipped from Mom's hands, crashing onto the hardwood floor. Mark's wine glass froze halfway to his mouth. Rachel's legal papers scattered across the table. "I'm sorry," Dad stuttered. "Did they say billion?" I stood up, smoothing my simple sweater, which probably cost more than Jessica's entire designer wardrobe. "You know," I smiled, "maybe we should talk about what selling things online really means these days." The family room had never felt more claustrophobic as my parents, Mark, Rachel, and Jessica stumbled in after me, abandoning the ruined turkey on the floor. "This is impossible," Mark kept saying, frantically searching his phone. "Eco Essentials can't be worth 4.2 billion? I finished, pulling up our company dashboard on my tablet. "Actually, Amazon's offer was originally 3 billion. But that was before our Q3 numbers came in." "But it's just bamboo products," Jessica stammered, her designer heels clicking nervously on the hardwood. "No," I corrected, displaying our product line. "It's a revolutionary materials processing technology that's transformed sustainable consumer goods. Those bamboo whatever they're you mocked? They're now in 5 million households." My phone buzzed, a message from my COO. "Whole Foods rollout scheduled for next month. Target and Walmart bidding for exclusive lines. European expansion ready to launch." "All those times we tried to talk you into a real job," Mom said weakly, sinking into her favorite armchair. "The corporate positions we lined up wouldn't have let me build this." I gestured to the quarterly reports on my screen. "While you were all pushing me toward traditional careers, I was filing patents, building supply chains, and revolutionizing how people think about everyday products." Rachel grabbed her laptop, typing frantically. Wait, that confidential Amazon deal I've been working on, that was your company? Ironic, isn't it? I smiled. You've been handling the legal work on my acquisition for months without knowing it. I particularly enjoyed your memo about the impressive innovation in sustainable technology. Mark stood up, straightening his tie again, a nervous habit. But the investment opportunity you offered us, 10% for $50,000 each, would now be worth about $400 million, I calculated. Per person. But as you said, thank God you didn't waste your money. My phone buzzed again. Jeff Bezos tweeting about the acquisition in 5 minutes. Your social team reports 100,000 new followers in the last hour. Dad picked up one of our product catalogs that I'd brought, his hands shaking slightly. All these products, this distribution network, is why Amazon wanted us, I nodded. Our technology doesn't just make sustainable products. It makes them better and cheaper than traditional alternatives. Plus, our direct-to-consumer platform reaches demographics that traditional retail can't touch. Your little website, Jessica whispered, scrolling through our company's social media. It has millions of followers. 20 million actually, I corrected. Turns out people care about saving the planet. Who you? Mark slumped onto the couch, his master's in business administration suddenly feeling less impressive. You built all this, while we thought you were just wasting my potential? I finished. Yes. Because unlike you, I saw that the future of business isn't in managing old money, it's in solving real problems. The room fell silent as they continued scrolling through news of the acquisition. Their entire understanding of success in business was being rewritten in real time. The press conference is in an hour, I added, checking my phone. CNBC is leading with How a Millennial Entrepreneur Revolutionized Sustainable Consumer Goods. Mom looked up, her voice small. Emily, why didn't you tell us sooner? I walked to the window, looking out at the neighborhood where they'd all thought I was failing. Would you have believed me? Or would you have dismissed it as another one of my impractical ideas? An hour later, I stood in my real office, a converted warehouse space that housed Eco-Essentials Innovation Lab. The industrial chic design and living plant walls were a far cry from Mark's sterile banking office or Rachel's mahogany-paneled law firm. Ms. Walker, my assistant Alex entered, tablet in hand. The Amazon executives are here for the official announcement. Your family is in the lobby. I smiled, remembering all the times they'd made me use the service entrance at their corporate offices. Send them up. They entered, looking distinctly out of place among our sustainable design exhibits and prototype labs. Gone were their condescending smirks, replaced by expressions of bewildered awe. Before the press conference, I said, activating the wall of interactive displays, let's see what a little online shop really looks like. Real-time data flowed across the screens. Sales metrics, carbon impact calculations, customer engagement statistics. Every number told a story of innovation and real-world change. Your customer acquisition costs, Mark muttered, staring at the figures. They're practically zero. Yes, I confirmed. When you make products people actually want to tell their friends about, you don't need to spend millions on advertising. Revolutionary concept, isn't it? My phone buzzed, a message from Jeff Bezos himself. Looking forward to scaling your innovation globally. Dinner next week in Seattle? Jessica picked up one of our latest prototypes, her hands trembling slightly. This bamboo composite. It's stronger than plastic? And completely biodegradable, I nodded. That patent alone is worth more than your husband's entire investment portfolio. No offense, Mark. Alex entered again. Ms. Walker, the Sustainability Council has arrived. They're excited to meet the new face of Amazon's Green Initiative. Rachel looked up sharply. You're staying on? As Global Director of Sustainable Innovation, I confirmed. Turns out Amazon didn't just want our products. They wanted our vision for the future. I pressed a button and more data filled the screens. Forests saved, plastic waste eliminated, communities empowered through our supply chain initiatives. This is what modern business looks like, I continued. Not just profit margins and market share, but measurable positive impact on the world. Mom stepped forward, surprising everyone. All those Christmas dinners when we told you to be more like Mark and Rachel taught me to believe in my own path, I finished. Sometimes the best motivation comes from people telling you what you can't do. My phone buzzed again. Time Magazine Person of the Year Committee requesting interview. Theme: the new face of American innovation. Your sister's right, Dad said, his voice heavy with realization. We were measuring success by the wrong metrics. Not wrong, I corrected. Just outdated. Business isn't just about making money anymore. It's about making a difference. Mark touched one of the screens, watching the real-time sales data flow. The investment opportunity you offered us would have made you richer than your entire bank's executive board. I nodded. But money was never the point. I wanted to prove that profit and purpose could coexist. The doors opened as the Amazon executives filed in, followed by a swarm of press. The contrast between their corporate suits and our team's casual, sustainable fashion couldn't have been clearer. The new era of sustainable consumer goods starts today, I said, picking up our latest prototype. You can either adapt to the future or be left in the past. Your choice. One by one, my family members nodded, finally understanding. Even Mark managed a genuine smile. Well, he said, I guess my little sister showed us what business success really means. As I took my place at the podium, I caught my reflection in the biodegradable glass wall. No longer the family disappointment with the fake job, but the woman who'd transformed an industry while they weren't looking. Sometimes the greatest success isn't in proving others wrong, but in showing them a different way to be right. And as the cameras started rolling, I knew this was just the beginning of how we would change not just consumer goods, but the very nature of business itself. Standing there, facing the world's media with Amazon's executives beside me, I was no longer Emily Walker, the online shop owner. I was Emily Walker, the woman who'd built a billion-dollar revolution while they were busy doubting me. And this was only the beginning.